What's up, family? Marco with Trucking the Cash Flow, back with another video. And I was just sitting around and I was thinking, man, a lot of people in the open deck industry, they run wild and they having issues with making money in this current market right now, and they really don't know where to run to get consistent freight, good loads, and make some really good money in cash flow. So in this video, I'm gonna go over the lanes that I run so I consistently make money week after week after week with flatbed, step decks, and specialized freight on RGN. So stay tuned and let's get straight into the video. All right, so I'm making this video basically because I get a lot of questions. I get overwhelmed with questions on where do we run, basically where do we run, what type of loads we get, and how do we make our money, right? If you look at my channel, you'll see some videos that we basically breaking down the amount of money that we've been making running specialized freight, mainly RGNs and step decks, right? We do some flatbeds as well, not much at all. So first thing is this, and I noticed that a lot of people, when you're running spot market freight, all right, we're not talking about just, this is not for everybody. This is for people that's running spot market freight. This is a zone directory it's on DAT. Now, as the people that watch my videos consistently, they know that I mainly use truck stop. And if you are a truck driver that runs spot market freight and you're doing open deck freight, most likely you're using the same load board as well. I do have a DAT subscription. Every now and then we get some good loads off of it, but it's slim to none. You know what I mean? 98% of our loads come right off of truck stop. Every blue moon we might get a load off of DAT. Okay, now understand this: if you're running spot market freight, or you would like to run spot market freight, or you're a freight dispatcher, okay, and you have clients that's running spot market freight, the main thing you need to understand is running wild all the time is not the best thing to do. Okay, now some people will say that's not too bad to do, and what I mean, let me explain. When I say running wild, meaning you're running from, let's say, California to Wisconsin to Colorado to Kentucky, then back up to Wisconsin, then back over to Arizona, and then back, go over to PA, over here to PA, and then down to Florida. And you might have done that in over a couple weeks. That's running wild. Me and my team, we don't do that. All right. Why is that? Because we want consistent. We want those checks to look as consistent as possible. So we follow a system. Another reason, and at the end, the last thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you exactly where we run. All right. But I'm breaking this down first so you can understand why we run the area that we run and why we stay in the area that we stay in. Okay. Another thing is that when you pick a area, maybe one or two zones, all right, and you pick an area, what happens is you learn the lanes. And when you learn the lanes, you're able to fire off quotes, like that. Now, if you're running, just general freight, standard freight, truckload freight, you're not doing partials, you're not doing specialized, you're not doing oversized heavy haul, nothing like that, then you're probably, if you're that individual, you're probably only looking for just a regular dollar per mile on every single load. Tarp, no tarp, full load, one pick, one drop, or multiple drops, So you probably always, you got your number in your head, whatever that is, $250, $280, $3, $4, $5, whatever it is. And you're like, hey, look, as long as I get that, I'm gonna just run it. And that's cool too. That works, right? And that's a method. Some people like to go to work, be on the road 3, 4, 5 weeks, 2 months at a time. And that's cool. Travel the world, make you some money, see the world, right? That's not the system that we run, but that's a system. I've done that as well. It works, right? I just believe that this system works better for someone that's trying to actually build a business, and build something long term that's gonna have a good foundation, right? As an owner operator, or if you have multiple trucks, stuff like that, right? What happens is you develop relationships, because if you're up here, let's just say you're up here in zone 5, all right? And you're running from, you might just stay just in zone 5, North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, South Dakota, Iowa, Illinois, up in this area right here, right? You might dip down into zone 6 every now and then, but you mainly stay in zone 5. If this your area, you already know what, especially, farming equipment go by, because that's mostly what they have up here if you're in RGN space, right? You already know what, farming equipment go by: tractors, combines, dozers, stuff like that. You kind of already know what these lanes running for. You know what the prices are hitting for. You know what feet, the measurements of when do you need an escort, when do you don't, what the permits are running for, stuff like that. But if you don't, and then you drop down and you're in zone 5, and then next couple days you're in zone 9, and the next couple days you're over here in zone 2, the next couple days you're in zone 7 and zone 3. Well, that might be a big difference. For example, Louisiana and Texas charges for overweight by the mile. If I'm not mistaken, because I can't remember off the top of my head, I believe Alabama and Mississippi, or just Alabama, they don't. It's a 1 fee, and that's it. They do not charge by the mile per pound for overweight. You get to a certain weight, and it's just a fee. So you get way, way better with consistency, with quoting, all right, and knowing your lanes. You're learning the lane, because you're running the same lanes over and over and over and over again, all right? But also, you're developing relationships, all right, with the brokers, because most likely, yes, you're gonna get a little spotty, because that's why they call it the spot market free. Yes, they're gonna have a bunch of brokers that's gonna pop up here and there, but the key is to develop some relationships with brokers and haul the freight over and over again. So that way, when they email you or you talk on the phone with them, you already know the lane. You already pulled the load for them already, so they already know what you're doing. You did a great job, a fantastic job on running the load. And they're most likely going to give you freight again, right? And trust me, brokers rather deal with people that they've already dealt with than to deal with someone that they don't know, that they probably don't know if they're going to actually even show up and pull the load, or duck out on them for a better load. Someone's going to do the load safe. They got good equipment. They know what they're doing, and they're going to make it on time. Okay? They're going to communicate well, and they're going to do a great job. Brokers love this. All right? So they rather just send it to you in an email than go back and forth on a load board, right? And then they'll start reaching out to you when they have more loads in that area, because they already know you run that area. Okay? Another thing is, when you run the same lanes or the same zones, you can start building lanes. And what I mean by building lanes is you can start putting lanes together. If you're running, for example, one of our lanes is, we're based out of Louisiana, so we run up here, right up here, and we pull out of Hattiesburg, right? Now, we pull out of Hattiesburg, And then we dip over here and we go to South Carolina. They email us the loads. We don't have to go on a load board. They be on a load board as well. Probably can go on a load board right now at the date of recording this video. You're probably going to see some loads coming out of Mississippi going to South Carolina, all right? But we get emailed the loads, right? We already have a rate. It's higher than the rate that's on the load board, actually. And we pull the loads, all right? Then one of our guys, he can get on the military base, clean background, and we reload him out of South Carolina, and then we dip down to Georgia. Now, all of our guys can't do that, but we have one guy, he can do that. Then out of Georgia, sometimes depending on how far down we'll go, if we go all the way down, to Brunswick or go down to Jacksonville, we make our way over to Hazelhurst. All right. When we get to Hazelhurst, guess what we do? We pull a load all the way back down to South Texas. Right? Now, these are the lanes that we actually, I literally just told you we have a relationship from Hattiesburg to South Carolina down, and then Georgia down to Texas. Now, after that, we got to hit the load board and we got to try to get back up. All right? We haven't really built anything coming out, but it's not that bad. And it's a good job. He lives in, all our drivers is in the South Louisiana area. So they come right on across, and then they stop home for the weekend, depending on how it's running. If it's during the week, they might, stop during the week. It is what it is. And then they go deliver in South Texas. Well, that took some time to build those lanes like that. And we don't have nothing under contract or nothing like that. But they most likely have the loads. And if they don't, I kind of already know what days it is that they're gonna have the loads, right? And we've done that because we've ran this area consistently. All right. Now our area, I'm gonna see if I can put it on the screen and don't show anything else. This is basically our area right here. Okay. Zone 7, Zone 3, and like Uncle Myron Golden say, we don't get bored with it, we get paid with it. All right, take a look at it. This is where the money at. All right, real talk. We don't really mess with Oklahoma too much, but we'll dip off over there every now and then. All right, we're like right at the bottom. Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas state line. We right at the bottom. We don't really go to the top of Arkansas, right? We don't too much, to be honest. If we go above I-20, we ride in Arkansas, Tennessee, South Carolina. That's it. We don't get bored with it. We get paid with it, y'all. All right? We cash flow, okay? We stay in this area here. I-10, we love it. We love I-10. We tear it up. From Texas all the way down to Florida, Jacksonville, we tear it up. We bust it wide open, all right? This is our area. This is what we run, right? Literally, it's, mostly all of our trucks that's under my team and my management, the ones that I own and the other ones that I help and I mentor as well. This is our area, all right? This area right here, in my opinion, this is a really, really good area. Might not be the best, but it's a really, really good area. We doing RGNs, we're averaging 10 to 13, kind of hovering around that 11, 5, 12 grand a week area. That's 5 tandem axles, 35 tons. We're not pulling a bunch of weight, we're maxing out 50, 55,000 pounds. We're not doing nothing crazy. We did add 7 axle setup to the fleet. I'll have a video on that coming up soon. I got to get some data on it. We just started with that setup, so we got to see. You know what I mean? This is something a little new for us, right? I've dispatched and helped guys with I think the biggest was a 13 axle setup, but I haven't actually had one myself. So now me and my team actually have one ourselves. So, we're going to see what happens. You know what I mean? But this is the area that we run, and we make some doggone good money, consistent money. We know the lanes. I know the measurements for escorts, the dimensions for escorts when we need one, when we don't need one. I know that, if a load is coming from 13 feet from Mississippi to Texas, well, I already know I'm gonna get an escort for $600 a day, right quick. Might get it lower than that. Why? Because I only need them in Louisiana. That's it. I already know this. If it's coming straight across 20 or I-10 or whatever, I only need them in Louisiana. Mississippi, I don't need them. In Texas, I don't need them, right? Also, if the load is coming from Mississippi to Texas and it's under 10 feet, 10 and a half, guess what? I already know Mississippi and Texas, he can run at night. Louisiana, I don't have, he can't. But I know this already. Same lane. If he's under 10 foot, I already know Louisiana, Texas border state line, Saturday and Sunday, no oversized can cross into Texas or back into Louisiana or I-10. But I know these things because this is the lanes that I run. I'm not trying to be an expert up here, up north, New York. Leave that to them guys that's up there. I'm not up there. We don't run up there, right? Virginia's, zone 5. I'm not over there in zone 5. Zone 8. We're not over here in Cali. We're not over in Washington. That ain't what we do. Right down here in our area. Right? It's right here. Right? We're going to hit the ports. Okay? We're going to hit our machinery yards, our auction yards. Right? We're going to pick up our AC units for the Lolo. Right? They're oversized, but they're not overweight. And we're going to make that money. You see what I'm saying? So, that's what we run at. I kind of advise whoever's watching this video, if you're looking for an area to run, to come down here with us. Run this area. They got enough freight for all of us, man. You know what I mean? And, if you need some help, I actually just started a free community. Okay? Free. Have nothing for sale here. At least not yet. But just started a free community. Trucking the Cash Flow free community. I will be hosting a weekly Zoom call inside the community, on Zoom on Wednesdays for 8:30. Try to make it Central Time. I try to make it a little later for my, a lot of my truck drivers wait till they get off and they get settled and they can get on Zoom where they can come on in there. Let's just chill out, hang out, talk about some things, ask some questions. I'm here to help. I would like everybody to, I want my people, you got to remember, y'all, I grew up in this game and I've been doing this a long time. And when I was coming up in this, it was very, very, very hard to get advice and get knowledge on the trucking industry, all right? And right now, times for a lot of people is very hard. They're not making money and they're trying to figure out how to make money in trucking. Well, I want to help those people. So come on over. Create your school account. I'll leave the link in the bottom of the description of this video to the community. Come on in, join the community, introduce yourself, ask some questions, and join a weekly Zoom, and let's get it, all right? So, Marco with Trucking the Cash Flow. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.